I guess we'll talk about it. Hawkeye, episodes 5 and 6. I didn't realize that episode 6 was the finale, and when I saw that this morning, when I went to watch it, I was like, what? Already? I just think it's way too soon, but, it turns out I was, at least in my opinion, I was kind of right. So through episode 5, episode starts with Yelena, and we're getting some information on what's going on with her, and it just kind of made me laugh again, because I don't even see Clint until 13 minutes into the episode, and I'm like, dude, whose show is this? But anyway, that aside, it was kind of cool to get some information on her and what's going on with her. We're going through the motions. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna jump. We find out that Kate Bishop's mom is actually the one that was working for the Kingpin, and she totally screwed her fiance. And I liked how the picture at the end kind of looked like a Photoshop from Daredevil. I don't know why, but that's how I've looked at it. I did like Yelena's talk with Kate Bishop. That was like a nice one-on-one conversation, kind of giving us another view on the characters, and because again, my poor man Hawkeye has been getting sidelined in his own show consistently. I mean, my man's a bench warmer in the movies, and he's a bench warmer in his own show. At least that's what it feels like to me. I mean, other people might have a different opinion, but in my mind, it's like the poor man's been a bench warmer his entire time, even in his own show. So we're getting more information on Yelena, and I felt like, especially at this finale, it was just to kind of finish this little side story that they had at the end for Black Widow. And I was like, man, why couldn't have this been longer? I felt like this show needed a couple more episodes at least, and we finally see Kingpin there, and I'm liking his outfit. It felt like they're going very comic book accurate. It just seems like Marvel's new go-to is comic accuracy when it comes to costumes, a lot of the character development, and that's really good. But it's just difficult for me because Kingpin, from seeing the Daredevil series on Netflix, I'm so used to that kind of Kingpin, and I felt like D'Onofrio kept that in the season finale very much so. So I was pleased. The outfit didn't really change any view on him in my opinion. I thought he was fine, but when he fought Kate Bishop there at the end, I was like, wow, the dude's a way more tanky than I remember. So then I'm thinking okay, maybe something happened during the blip that they're going to explain. And is this the Kingpin from the Daredevil series? There's tons of questions going through my head. Why would they have D'Onofrio do Kingpin if it's not the Daredevil Kingpin? And, I'm watching Daredevil again right now, and it seems like it's in the same universe with how they talk about what happened in New York and blah, 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 blah. It was weird to have see him basically almost have superpowers, straight up takes an explosion to the face and then no harm done. And then I'm like, okay, cool. So I think he'll be a villain coming back for these street level heroes, and then Echo just blasts him in the face at the end, and I was kind of like, what? And considering the panel-way shot, how we're not actually seeing any of it happen, I assume he's not actually dead, but I could be totally wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. If I'm right in my assumption that they killed him, that's really annoying. I mean, I was right that they were going to bring him back for the final episode, and they were just going to reveal him then. But then why just kill him off at the end of that episode? It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm thinking, yeah, he's probably still alive. Anywho, that's enough of my opinion on Kingpin. It was really sad to me to see how they really had to just jam everyone's stories and finish them up really, really quickly at the end of this episode. And I felt like at the end of the episode when it just abruptly ended, I was like, okay, is that it? I guess that's it, and it ended, I guess, well on paper. If I'm looking at it on paper, it ends well. But as an audience member watching it, man, I felt so unsatisfied afterwards. I don't know. I felt like they just kind of threw it at me. Here you go, it's over. Here's Echo's story finished. Here's Yelena's story's finished. Here's Clint's story's finished. All right, Kate Bishop's now Hawkeye. Done. All done. And I was like, okay, that's it, I guess. I don't know. I wanted a couple more episodes, I think. If they were able to do what they did in this episode and a couple more episodes, I might have been happier as an audience member, in my opinion. I mean, I think that's all the main gripes that I wanted to talk about. You know, I enjoyed some of the action there at the end. That was fun. I liked the Kingpin fight. I don't buy her taking him down, but it makes sense because he was so focused on Kate's mom that he just kept like kind of pushing her away like she was an annoying chihuahua. I don't know. I don't have any problems with this Kingpin at all, really. It's just like I want some explanations on like how he's an absolute tank. That's it. I know in the comic he's an absolute tank, but like I said, coming from Daredevil, it's like, dude. Anyway, Kate Bishop is the new Hawkeye. Clearly, they made that very clear since the beginning of the show. Totally fine with that. She seems great. I'm sure she'll do great. I'm bummed about my boy Clint being sidelined, but whatever. The humor in this one, as far as the Tracksuit Mafia goes, was like really cringy and bad. Clint's sarcastic humor was amazing. Every time Clint was on screen, I just wanted more, and I wanted to watch more of the show. And then every time he wasn't on the screen, I was like, oh my goodness, like when's he coming back? I would say out of like all the Marvel shows that they've done so far, this one's probably like at the bottom of the list. That's unfortunate because I really like Jeremy. His Hawkeye was amazing. Every time he was on screen in the show was amazing, but I just felt like they were too busy shoehorning every other character in his show to get their stories in for what's going to take place next, and like that kind of bummed me out. I think I'm going to wrap up that review. That was a little bit longer than I wanted to do. I know I kind of like rushed through episodes 5 and then just got into 6 all of a sudden, but I figured, hey, you know, I might as well act like the finale, so just kind of rush through it all. But anyway, if there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any thoughts on Kingpin and how everything went down, be respectful to those who haven't seen the episode yet. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so leave a comment telling me how you feel about Kingpin and all that stuff, but then those who haven't seen the episode yet probably shouldn't be watching this video anyway, because it's full of spoilers. So anyway, whatever. Okay, I'm out. I'm going to bed. I am super tired. I'll talk to you guys later.